Welcome back to the Learning Cave. The Learning Cave is just a place where teachers can go kind of, decompress and get some good tips on teaching, basically at the expense of a teacher who's made all the mistakes in the world so that you don't have to make them. Here's a biggie. This session has to deal with grades and grading, and I find some great discrepancies between the way that grades are handed out in art as in relation to the STEM subjects. The problem with grades in art is that you're dealing with the right side of the brain, and you're dealing with the aesthetic, the intuitive, the emotional, and and that's how you have to teach art. You have to, because that's what art really is all about. So the problem when it comes to grades is that the academics, the administration presents to us that we have to have rubrics that are very detailed, and that's just BS when it comes to art, because you cannot mandate creativity within a student. You can't make them be creative. You can only encourage them and lead them in that direction. And so I chose, after going down the path of what the administration says that you should do versus what I think should be done, which is that students either get a 100 or they get a 10. So what this does is this encourages the students to pick up their pencil. All they have to do is make a decent effort, and they're going to get 100. You just have fun in the classroom, enjoy yourself in the classroom, enjoy making the art, and you will get 100. Now, when you do that, you also entrust the students to be responsible, and they will, if they know they're going to get 100. It pulls up their GPA. Now, for those students who choose to just sleep, do nothing, have a bad attitude, and make no effort, they're going to get a 10. So that wakes them up. They do not want to get a 10. And so they will, oh yeah, my gosh, I don't want a 10. My parents will kill me if I get a 10. So I also give them a lecture that, if you're going to go to college, those admission boards are going to look at your transcripts. They're going to see that you didn't even pass hard. You're not going to get in. And there's a wake-up call, too. So why don't I just give them a 0 then instead of a 10? And the reason why is most administrators will not let you give a student a 0. So, and if you give them a 10, at least, because the zeros will add up to 0 very quickly, whereas a 10 is a starting point. So otherwise I would give a 0, and I have given zeros, but they've always come back to bite me, because in the end, when there's certain regulations, you can't give a student a 0. So this works, and I've been doing it for 20 years. And I'm the only teacher in the district that gets away with it. And no one's ever challenged me on it, because I explained to them why it works. Now, when you go into your grade book and you put in your grades, it's classroom participation that you put that grade in there as, okay, every week you put in a classroom participation. So you either get a 10 or they get 100. So I hope this helps in terms of grading. It works. It works. I hope that you'll like this video, so I can continue to make more. So that's a little bit of wisdom that works from the learning cave. Ciao.